Hi again, I'm Jill Weston, the Main Street Manager for the City of Reidsville, and I'm here with Leigh Anne Bassinger. And she is a city employee and also has a beautiful home in downtown Reidsville. So Leigh Anne, tell us a little bit about, well, first of all, how you started working for the city and where you came from, your background.
Okay, so I've been with the City of Reidsville about 3 years. Just had my 3-year anniversary. I am the Director of Human Resources, and I spent the first year commuting from High Point, and that was about a 50-minute commute each way. But I wanted to be really sure that Reidsville, the city, and Reidsville, the employer, were the right fit for me, and I was the right fit for them before I made a commitment. And after the year, I said, I absolutely love it here. I love my coworkers. I love the energy in the city, some of the economic development that's going on. I was really excited. So we started looking for a home. I grew up as a military brat. We moved every 3 years. And some of those homes were beautiful old homes, and some were brand new cookie cutter homes. And I knew I wanted something that was older with some character and some charm. So most of our looking was in older homes. We did look at a few new constructions, but my heart is just in the old homes.
Absolutely, understandable. Did you look at any other communities, even though you work for the City of Reidsville? There were other choices you could have made.
I did. We looked at some homes also in Rockingham County. We did not want to stay in Guilford County. We figured if we were leaving High Point, we might as well leave Guilford County too. So we knew we were going to be in Rockingham County. And we just didn't get the same sense of community in some of the areas of the county that we did here in Reidsville. And so very quickly we narrowed our search to just Reidsville.
You know, it's interesting because it seems like, and I've just been here now just almost a year in Reidsville, and one thing that I notice is just a theme throughout interviews, business owners, people I meet, is the sense of community. I think that's what makes Reidsville so unique and so appealing. So tell us about your lovely little home here that you purchased.
So as we continued to look, there were a couple of things that we were really, really interested in our next home. We wanted to make sure that we were in a neighborhood that was stable. Neighborhood stabilization was an issue in High Point, and some of the more desirable neighborhoods were beginning to see some decline. And so we thought, if we live in the historic district, there are going to be some guidelines and stricter requirements to maintain the properties, which provides better stability. The other thing that we were really interested in was walkability. High Point has a lot of stretch, and there's not a lot of walkability in High Point. I have tremendous walkability from this house. I had family in from Texas a couple of weekends ago. We got up Saturday morning. We walked to Carolina Cafe for breakfast.
Great.
We walked over to Market Square to the farmer's market and picked some fresh produce up. We went to Coates Collectibles and did a little antique shopping. Then we wandered through La Boutique and Mishmash and looked at some clothing and home decor, and finally ended up, my 13-year-old niece was with me, at the Reidsville Trading Post so that she could get some barrel candy. We had a cup of iced coffee at Sip, and then we walked back. And it was amazing to have that ability from my home to do all of that and never turn a key in a car.
That's fantastic. And that's one of the things we've really been trying to focus on in the Reidsville Downtown Corporation is walkability of our downtown. So it's so good to hear that you brought family in and you were able to have that experience.
And it's just going to get better. With Shay Lindsay, I'll be able to walk over for small bites and a glass of wine in the future. When the brewery opens, we can walk to the brewery for Reidsville brewed beer. And then with the theater coming, hopefully within the next year, we'll be able to see high quality live shows, all within walking distance of our home. And we are thrilled. We are absolutely thrilled.
You feel like you moved in at a good time just when things are starting to bud in our community.
Absolutely.
And I noticed right across the street from you here is one of our great event venues, wedding venues, the Penthouse. And I know you've mentioned that you really kind of enjoy living across from that. Can you give us a little bit of what you feel about living across the street from that?
So it's fantastic. On Saturdays in the spring and the fall and early summer, they have a lot of weddings. And my husband and I can sit on the porch and we can hear the vows and we can hear the music from the reception and we can hear the laughter. And after having spent a year in COVID where you didn't hear a lot of laughter.
Yes.
It's just a very positive experience to vicariously participate in the starts of these new lives. It's awesome. And Judy's a really good neighbor.
So this is your first time living in a small community. You said you moved here from High Point, so how different was that for you?
The last really small town I lived in was in college, 30 years ago. But I like small town living.
So do you feel like that moving to Reidsville was the right move for you? I know that your husband now is also employed with the city, so you're kind of all feed in.
We are, and we absolutely believe this was the right decision for us at this point in our careers, in our marriage, the way the world's turning. Being in a smaller community with that sense of belonging, but the exciting economic development stuff that's we get announcements on every week. We're in the right place, and we got here at just the right time.
Great. Well, we're so glad that you're here, and we want to invite all of you to come see Reidsville. This segment is Reside in Reidsville. Come see what's going on, because we've got so many great things downtown, and get on the path and take a walk and take a look at these beautiful historic houses in our beautiful downtown.